Hey guys, I've been debating on making this video for a couple years now, actually, since I started doing YouTube. I've got a tripod. I got a really expensive tripod, so it'll hold my camera in place and it's not going anywhere. So I invested in that. But I wanted to talk to you guys about how I was abused. Now I know a lot of people talk about this on the internet, but some of them are just not that serious, or I mean they're serious, but they're just not believable for some reason. So anyways, this started when I was 18, actually 17 and a half, almost 18, and I was dating someone that was 2 years older than me. So he was 20 when I was 18. We were in love and everything and all that, and I decided to go visit him. He lived in another state. I'm gonna try to be conscious about information. Anyways, he lived in another state, and I went to visit him, met him online. We had a good connection and everything, and I thought he was kind of attractive. Well, really attractive, actually. Now he's not, but I thought he was at the time. And went to visit him, and we did stuff, and without protection. And I stayed with him for about a week. By the way, I flew over there. I come back home because I have to go to school or something's important I have to take care of. And I come back home. I miss my period, which was very unusual because I have always had a very steady period. So I went to Kaiser, which is a hospital in the area, Southern California. I got a blood test and a urine test done to make sure, and it did come back to me asking me where I'm going whenever I would drive off or whatever. And I would tell him I'm going to the store or something, and he always thought that I was cheating on him, even though that's not the case at all. Because I didn't know a single soul where he lived. So I went over there, and I would, go for little drives, like just once in a while, like, I don't know, once a day or something, go for a little drive for 5 minutes or something and then come back. And I had an ex-boyfriend before him back here in California, and I would talk to him even though I shouldn't have. I was talking to him, and well, not in a way like, oh, lovey-dovey, I love you or anything like that, but just like updating him on how I was, because he was the only one that I was talking to besides my other ex. And my ex, my head, punching me in the stomach, slapping me, everything. And I was pushing him down on the ground. I was screaming. I was trying to ask for help. Nobody came out to help. People are fucking assholes, man. I almost like hit my head on a rock. Thank God I didn't. And today's already like a really emotional day for me because it's Mother's Day. I don't like Mother's Day very much. So I thought making this video on this day would just be fucking awesome. So anyways, he did that to me. Fought for like 10 minutes. Screaming and yelling, threatening that I was gonna go up to there was like a courthouse or something up the street. I was just gonna go there and ask for help. But he's like, no, don't you dare, I'll shoot you, I'll fucking stab you in the chest, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, fuck, all right, fine. I won't do it. But I wanted to so bad. And it just, you know, escalated from that day. He would ask me a question like, do you love me? Do you always want to be with me? And I would hesitate to answer because he was fucking crazy. And since I didn't answer right away, like, yes, I love you with all my heart, like, whatever, if I didn't answer right away, he would pull my hair, or he would punch me on the back of my head, slap me while we were driving, swerve off the road, pretend that he was going off the road, like off a cliff or something. He's a fucking nutcase. He's a fucking nutcase. And what else would he do? Oh yeah, we went to the mall one time, and with his friend and his friend's girlfriend or something, and we went to the mall, just chilled there, I guess, just walked around. We didn't have any, oh, by the way, we didn't have any money. We had no money, we had no food, we had only a place to stay. We barely had any money for gas. We would have to ask his grandparents for money for gas and food. And I thought that was fucking lame because he wasn't working at all. He should have been working if he wanted to support me and his child. But no, he didn't fucking do that. He was like, oh, you should just go for welfare. I'm like, really? But anyways, on to the story. We went go to the mall. I was glancing at his friend. I wasn't staring at him. I wasn't checking him out. Nothing. And my ex thought that I was trying to get in his pants. And that was not the fucking case. I was not trying to get in his pants at all. I told him, like, what? I love you. I'm not trying to talk to anybody else. Maybe I'm trying to make a friend, but that was it. And he was like, you're not allowed to have any friends. You're mine and mine only. You're not gonna have any fucking friends. So I was like, oh, so that's how it's gonna be. Okay, so I'm gonna be a fucking captive slave or something in your little house. You made me clean. You made me like fucking cook for you and all kinds of shit when you could have done some of that stuff. And he numerously punched me in the stomach, kicked me in the stomach where our baby was growing. And but yeah, oh yeah, and we were at the mall. We eventually left, and we were all walking out to the parking lot where our cars were, and he was yelling at me, like just screaming at me in front of his friends. And he told his friends, like, don't you dare get involved. This is my shit. Don't you worry about it. Because I think the girl was like, hey, dude, stop. Dude, come on, you don't need to act that way. Stop. And he yelled at her, and then he yelled at me, and started this big old scene, and people were fucking looking in the parking lot. I was so fucking embarrassed. Like, so embarrassed. So I eventually found a way to escape. Because he would lock me in the apartment. He would take my car and drive it around, do whatever, who knows what the fuck he was doing. He would take my fucking car and leave me alone in his apartment and not bring me with him. Like, what? Hi. Got a hummingbird right here. So he fucking did that. I was fed up. Well, at one point I thought I was gonna die. I thought he was going to slit my throat because he put a knife to my throat. He put knives to my stomach, threatening to kill the baby. All kinds of shit. And I was like, okay, I gotta think of a plan. I gotta think of a way to get out of here. So I went into my grandparents' bank account. I figured out a way to add myself onto the bank account so I could get a little bit of money to get some food and get some gas money so I could fucking leave. I also had to get an oil change really quick too for my car. So I got an oil change and I filled it up with gas. I grabbed all my shit, everything that which wasn't even that much. It was like 2 luggage bags and a PS2, and that was all I had, in a purse with my money, and that's all I had. And I fucking left. I snuck out in the middle of the night. I had like, so the night before he left to go somewhere in his car. So I was like taking all my stuff like secretly and putting it in my car, in my trunk. And when he got back, we were just like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And we both went to sleep. And I think around like 12 or 1 o'clock, I woke up and I didn't even sleep. I just laid there. I woke up and I grabbed my purse. I think my purse was like the last thing that I had in there. And I walked out the door and got in my car and I never looked back. And I drove off. And I drove all the way back to California. And he called me a couple times. He tried calling me a couple times, trying to make contact. And he threatened to kill me, threatened me like if he were to find me, he was going to kill me and kill my family and all that. And I was like, oh, sorry, fucker. I'm out of here. I'm done. Fuck you. I get home. I'm all bruised up. I have scratches all over my body. I'm bruised up. I'm skinny as hell. I just look like shit. And I had to recover. It took me several months of recovery. And I was pregnant. I was trying to take care of myself and this child growing inside of me. I did some stupid things when I was pregnant. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was extremely depressed. Extremely. Oh, and by the way, I never saw a doctor until I came back here. And I was about 6 months pregnant. I never saw a doctor. So I had no idea if the baby was growing right or if he had any issues or whatever. I had no idea. So at 6 months pregnant, I finally saw a doctor and everything turned out fine. He was perfect. Thank God. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, it was over a course of like 5 months between first meeting him in person and then finally leaving. I know it's not that long, but a lot of stuff happened in that 5 months. A lot of shit. Like, okay, maybe it's not that extreme. Okay, he didn't fucking slit my throat. He didn't tie me in a cage and starve me or anything. But he trapped me in the house. He told me that my family was no good, that I was never going to see my family again, and him and I were going to be together forever, and we were going to raise this child together, even though he was trying to kill it. And yeah, it was and every time that he would do something to me, he would go right back out and he would apologize. He'd be like, oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I'll never do that again. He did it multiple times after. Like, what? I don't know, guys. Like, all I can say is if you're in an abusive relationship, you can find a way out, get out. Because I'm a prime example of surviving. I survived. It could have gotten worse. He could have killed me. He could have killed my baby. Something. So I had some willpower in me. I didn't have much, but I had some there to grab my shit and leave. I was terrified that he was gonna come after me and hurt me, but he didn't. I left and he didn't come after me. So I made it. My story is very similar to those stories that you hear about like a long time ago, not recently, but like a long time ago. about those girls like meeting guys online, then meeting the guys, and then them killing them. That could have happened to me, but it didn't. I got through it. So yeah, that's what happened to me, and I have a 9-year-old now, and he's great. He's a great kid. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.